welcome to my channel. I am about to do a reading, just like a total impromptu reading. I am just, like, one of my friends just left from visiting and I'm all alone in this space and I'm feeling like I really want to do a reading. And I wanted to do a reading while they were here, but they didn't get a reading. So I'm going to do a reading right now just for fun because I feel like it. And I pulled out some decks of cards that I think would be very interesting to use. This one is a dragon deck and it's out of print. It was given to me as a gift and I love it. And I made this is what the back looks like. And it's really beautiful. But I made this box for it. It's like magical. I painted the inside of it and everything, which is really cool. And it's like very magical looking, right? This is the box. I made it out of a, and I drew this. But anyway, I'm going to glue it on there. Anyway, I put together this little magical box here. And it's actually pretty cool. It's pretty freaking cool, okay? Anyway, I want to use this deck just because I'm feeling kind of... The energies have been lightening. There was some heavy energies, and now I feel like things are lightening. And I just want to do a reading because I feel like it. And so I'm thinking I'm going to use this dragon deck and the Shadowscapes. And I was thinking about creating like a pick-a-pile or something like that. It could be fun. With the dragon and that, and then and I've got so many decks. It's crazy. It's not crazy. It's just I have a lot of decks. All right. So actually, I just feel like pulling out of this deck. This dragon deck. I'm just ready to pull some cards. Just for fun. This particular deck has a really interesting feel to it energetically. I don't know why I'm having to clear my throat so much. It's because I just smoked some pot. But this particular deck, it is feels different because it was given to me as a used deck, and so it does not that it's holding any negative energy or anything like that, but it just has its own feel. I mean, every deck does have its own feel. I mean, for sure. But all my decks, I usually buy them for myself. I'll buy them for myself, and then I bless them. I haven't shuffled these in a while, so I just feel like shuffling the heck out of them. Just shuffle them. All right. So I do want to start this off with a prayer and an intention, and I ask my angels and my guides to be here and be present with this reading, to allow the messages that come through be clear for those who hear it, and that I am a clear conduit for the messages coming through, using the tarot and any other messages that want to come through, and may the messages be for the greatest good of all involved. And so it is. And I am asking to know a little bit about. I just want to know some current energies. I did a reading earlier today for the 8/8 Lionsgate, and we really focused in on the energies, so check that out if you're interested to know about that, because the 8/8 Lionsgate is not just on the 8th of August. It started in like July, like late July, like I think it said the 24th. I did some reading about it, and so if you're watching this video and you're interested to see that video, it's an interesting thing, and I would say watch it because it was super positive. And I went through all of the different astrological signs, and it was a good reading, just saying. But it goes till August 12th is the energy. But then that's the time period that you can focus on. Well, not just manifesting. I mean, we can focus on manifesting anytime, but during that specific time period, anything that you're focusing on in a creative way, and with pure intention. Well, it doesn't have to be pure intention, but like anything that you're focusing on in a creative way, it's going to magnify, amplify, is my understanding. because of the alignment of the Sirius star system with the sun. And the Egyptians used to recognize that as their new year. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of information I learned today. All right. So I'm just reading the current energies. Today is the 7th day of August. It will soon be the 8th day of August because I'm doing this close to midnight. So it might be the 8th already. I don't even know. It might already be the 8th. But this is, ooh, I'm going to sneeze. So that would be like Thursday. So it's a daily reading. But I think that if I'm recording it and I'm going to be uploading it tomorrow, it should be for like the 9th. This should be for the 9th. This should be a daily for the 9th. So that would be like Friday. So this should be a weekend reading then. Yes, that's what this is. This is 6 minutes in. I've just decided. I know what I'm doing now. I didn't even know what I was trying to achieve here. It's the weekend reading. Okay. Well, we're just going to get into it because I feel like it. And you know what? I just went out to dinner with my children and it was really beautiful. And everybody was in a good mood. And it felt really good to joke around with my kids and just be merry and eat food and just enjoy being alive. And I had a margarita or two. Actually had 2. And so that was a couple hours ago. So I'm, I got a little margarita, loveliness. And I was with friends as well. So anyway, I'm not inebriated any longer, but I do feel quite silly right now. I'm just going to be quite honest. I feel silly. That's okay. I'm going to be my own goofy self. That's what happens if I have any alcohol is I get really silly. I just get silly. All right. What do the collective need to know for this weekend in August? The first weekend in August. August 9th, 10th, 11th. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What's going on? We're using the dragon deck. What do we as the collective need to know? What are the energies that would help bring some information to us? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? 9 of Swords. Ooh. These are such interesting cards. I can't wait to show them to you. Okay. All right. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, I can't wait to show you. Okay. So at the very top of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is, look at her, swords on fire. It's just tripping me out. Anyway, she can be a cruel queen. She can cut things out really fast. She's really, really powerful. Look at this. This is the most fiery Queen of Swords. I mean, it's the Dragon Queen of Swords, I guess, What can we say? She's fiery as hell. And but the Queen of Swords typically is a really intelligent person, someone who's really quick-witted, an air sign energy, someone who is business-oriented, someone who can also be really, really sharp with their words, can be a little bit cruel, can be cold. But here, this queen holds a glowing, fiery sword, and she has her flying beast there. He's beautiful. And she could fly, and that's why it's air. And there are the little babies there. This is pretty fruitful. She's the queen. Queens are pretty creative in their energy already. But she's ready. She's ready to go to war if she needs to. I'll just put it that way. Okay, I don't know. You guys, you're going to get some shit done, okay? This weekend, get some shit done. How about that? Queen of Swords. Get to the nitty-gritty. Okay. We've got the Queen of Wands here also, which is so weird because this Queen of Wands, she's not even fiery looking. Look at this Queen of Wands. So interesting. Here, focus. Queen of Wands. Wow. She's pretty cool. Look at her dragon there. So there's her throne. She's off of her throne. She's standing there. She's got this pet dragon who, he looks pretty pleased with himself. To me, he looks pretty pleased. And, but she's a really passionate, fiery, that's, you know, that's the wands, you know, fire. But, you know, I have a feeling her dragon can blow some fire, you know. All she has to do is sick the dragon on you, and you're gonna, things are gonna get real here. No, she's sitting pretty powerful. There's even a little baby in the window. She's got a couple little babies perched on her chair there, her throne. I mean, she looks pretty content. This person has their magic bag around their waist. This queen, she can cast some spells. So okay, so then we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, and the Eight of Wands is really, really fast moving energy. See there, you know, there are some fiery, fast moving dragons right there. On one side, we have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords, look at this guy, does not look very happy. He's not looking. He thinks he's trapped. He's scared. And he feels like all these swords are pointing out at him. You know, he's going to get killed or something. He's scared. And so if he pulled his hands out of the way, he would be able to see that the swords are actually on the ground. And that these dragons, hey, they're just hanging out. You know, they're not going to hurt him. They're friendly dragons, you know. He's cool, you know. He's only as bound as he thinks he is, you know. He's doing it to himself, but really he has a couple of allies there, you know. They look pretty nice. Those are pretty nice dragons. And then we have the Ace of Wands, and aces are all like about new beginnings. Look at the babies, the baby dragons. Look at the baby dragons. Let's see if I can get it to, I can hear my daughter singing. Look at them. Okay, so I was just listening to my daughter sing. My 18-year-old daughter is singing very loudly too. The Ace of Wands. New beginnings. Something really passionate. I love these little babies. He's got like a little wand. There's a rainbow. And they're like singing and like super happy. Cute little babies. So what I am gaining, I'm having fun, by the way. I'm having a lot of fun reading these cards. Is that you've got a lot of really fiery energy going on this weekend. Okay, or there is a lot of fiery energy going on. It's very quick moving. You know, you got this Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands energy, being on top of your game, really getting some, I feel like there's going to be getting some stuff done, but there's some fear factors going on. I don't know what's going on with that Nine of Swords. You are holding yourself back in some way. And then there's the Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning. So I feel like what this is saying is that maybe you start off by kind of just being withdrawn, socially perhaps, and then all of a sudden you have like a burst of energy. I feel like you get this burst of energy where you come out of your shell and you kind of just like get some shit done. That's what it looks like to me. And you might even be starting a new project. I mean, you're going to be working on some stuff, but it looks like you got maybe a new passionate project, something that you're just really loving. It could be musical. It could be artistic in some way. Whatever you're passionate about. It could be dance, you know, or what if you're like theater, or it doesn't have to be that kind of creation. It could be like cooking or gardening or even reading a really good book, a new book. I don't know, whatever you're into. Yeah. All right, I'm pulling from this deck just because I feel like it. So, my gosh, I want to pull more dragon cards, actually. They're so cool. But they're kind of hard to read. Not really, but they're just different. I'm going to pull from this deck. I still have to pull 4 cards from the top. It's on the bottom. juggling things. You might have a lot of things going on. This is at the bottom of the deck, and you might have to juggle some things, you know, go here, go there. You got this going on, you got to do that, you know. There's some turbulence behind him in the water, but you see those ships, they're still coming in. This is very abundant. I really like that. I like that. Okay, so the 4 cards that I pulled here, we've got the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is a really intuitive sign. She's the number 2. She's the feminine version of the Magician, I do believe. Or some people say she's the counterpart to the Hierophant. The Hierophant. Although it depends on where she's laying in the reading, really. But she definitely is number 2. Magician's number 1. He makes things in the physical world with what he has in the physical world. She's the number 2, and she uses her feminine touch, her feminine energetic focus, nurturing focus, intuitive, softer approach, focus through the mind, through the thought, through chanting, through energetic means. That's how she creates her reality, and she's a master manifester, okay? She's a master. There's a fly. Oh my gosh. I watched this one gal. Oh, what is her name? I watched this one girl who's a reader on YouTube, and I came across one of her videos, and she was pulling cards from this deck that had flies on it. And it was like she was talking about twin flames, and she said, if you see flies, it's a reminder of this like particular message having to do with like a twin flame kind of thing. And I haven't seen any flies, and then all of a sudden I'm like, hello, little fly. I don't know what that means. It could mean absolutely nothing. It could mean there's a fly. But anyway, but it also, I don't know, it was a cool, anyway. 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is all about getting some work done, collaborating with others, working toward a project, or working towards something in the physical world with others, or you're just really putting your nose to the grindstone and people are noticing, okay? But this is definitely collaboration with others. It's the 3. For a lot of you, you're going to be working with some people this weekend. And then we also have the King of Wands. Okay, so this is a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be male or female, but it is a masculine energy. The King of Wands is extremely passionate. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands here. Okay. And what a lot of people, I'm seeing people when they're reading, they're saying these are counterparts when they're both the same suit. Counterparts. It could be like mirror, you know, they're like soulmates. They're like, this is a connection of 2 people, okay? And this is a really energetic and passionate connection. It doesn't have to be sexual, but it's passionate. This is a passionate connection between these 2 people. And it does, yeah, this could be work oriented. You could be working on a project with someone that you are really into. But this also could be, in a love reading, it would be like connecting with your soulmate. Let's see. We have the Princess of Pentacles. This is learning something new. I really, really feel like for this being a weekend reading for the collective, I feel like you're going to be learning something new. I feel like you're going to be working on a collaborative project with someone, perhaps, or like the energies definitely support that. You working with others towards some kind of goal or, yeah, project. But that's one interpretation of that. It's just one interpretation. Another interpretation could be, like I said, the love reading. For some of you, you're going to be wanting to work with someone. But there's a strong, passionate connection. And you're creating something, like, if you're not the Queen of Wands, then you're the King of Wands. You're one of the 2, depending on how you're feeling. Are you feeling more masculine or feminine? Because the Queen of Wands is extremely nurturing and gives birth to new ideas and new creative projects. And she's just always producing in the physical world, in the energetic world, and in every aspect of her life. She just produces and produces and produces. This King of Wands energy, he's more collected. He's very passionate and driven, but he also is extremely serious. Usually, the King of Wands, he could just jump up at any time and just take off like a rocket, you know? But he sits there in his throne looking extremely serious. So, this could be, yeah, fire sign energy. There's a lot of people, so there's a lot of different ways I could read this reading, okay? If I was reading it for an individual, I mean, like, I see some different scenarios going on here, because we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords leading the way with the Queen of Swords. This is a very logical thing. But there's a lot of fear involved. And it's all self-inflicted, but there's a new passionate beginning wanting to manifest for you, my dearies. There is something new and passionate, and it wants to come in fast and furious and fierce, okay? It does. It really wants to come in fast and furious. You see that? Fast and furious. And it's a new thing. Oh, isn't that precious? It's precious. It's this freaking baby cracking out of the egg, and look at the one in the back. It's freaking singing. So cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. So there's different ways of reading this. Now I'm getting a completely different storyline here when I start looking. Because also, the Princess of Pentacles, this is all about learning something new, as well as the Ace is right above it. And that's like new beginnings in passion, right by the Wands, right by the Queen of Wands. But the Nine of Swords is right there, and they're scared to death. This person's scared to death. This Queen of Wands, this fire sign, it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be me. Oh my God. I could be totally afraid right now. I'm an Aries. Anyway. Oh. But the High Priestess is here. The High Priestess is here, and she's incredibly intuitive. Like I said, she knows. This is like in the collaboration part between this person, these people here, these two people here, they really want to collaborate with each other and work together on something. And they are both intuiting this, whatever this is that they want to create. It's something in the physical world. And it looks like the one that's afraid is the Queen of Wands right here. She's the one that's fretting, but she really wants to come rushing in. Yeah, I say she, it could be, you know, a he in their feminine. Like if a man is embodying his feminine side and the woman is embodying the masculine, the divine masculine, because we flip-flop from masculine to feminine in any given moment in time, babies, or different. Yeah, anyway, you can shift. But what I am saying is the feminine, the Queen of Wands feminine energy wants to come rushing in and create something new, something passionate, something new. And the King of Wands is really wanting to focus on learning and sharpening new skills, learning new information. Highly intuitive, but wants to collaborate with the Queen. The King here wants to collaborate with his Queen. You guys, that's what I see. For some of you, you have you have something going on here, but the Queen of Swords is up here at the very, very top, like I said. And so I feel like no fear. You see that? And her sword is not only on fire, but she holds a light. She's holding a torch that lights up the entire area. This is really beautiful. She is lighting up her own world. even though it's swords, even though there's a lot of thought that's going behind all of this. All of this is being thought of a lot by both of these people are thinking about it. So we have the Queen of Swords energy at the forefront. I need to pull more cards. And I'm going to pull some out of this really awesome, badass deck. Where are my deck? Wait, did I take the cards out already? I hope so. Yes, I did. Okay, it's right here. All right, this is a really beautiful deck. This is the Shadowscapes Tarot. I'll show you the back. By Stephanie Puman Law. Stephanie Puman Law. Look her up. She's an amazing artist. And each of these, I think, is a painting, like a really big painting. So they're really ornate and beautiful. Ask my angels and my guides to please clear the energy from the deck and allow the messages that need to come through, please, for our collective right now, in addition to the information that is laying right before me. All right. What do we need to know for this time period, this weekend, 9th, 10th, 11th? Weekend, baby. Weekend. Yeah, the current energy is that there's some people wanting to work together. Either you are the Queen of Wands or the King of Wands, depending on who you are and what you're resonating with. But this isn't for everyone, obviously. But this scenario is very interesting. All right, what do we got here? What are the energies for this weekend, please? Please give us some cards, Spirit, that'll give us some insight into this scenario we've got going on here. It's a beautiful scenario for somebody out there. We've got the Emperor. Okay. Wow. And the Emperor, you know, he's an energy. He's embodied all of the kings. He's very grounded and very sharp-witted, and he's really, really emotionally stable, and he's got his shit together, and he's really passionate and fiery, and he's like a really good lover, and he's really beautiful, and he's the Emperor, you know? He's the Emperor. And he's a pretty cool Emperor. All right, yeah, he's beautiful. He's a very beautiful Emperor. Indeed, he's like a tree man, and he has little fairies in his little tree. Like, that's beautiful. And all the dragons. Ooh, there's dragons. There's birds. Oh, and rams and all sorts of things. Oh, I don't know if you can see that, but it's so detailed. It is so ornate. I don't know if the lighting's good enough. And I could make my light shine a little bit this way more. Let's see. I just don't want it to get glary. But it's not working right now. Anyway, really gorgeous detail. Okay, all of the pictures are like that. Anyway, the Knight of Pentacles. So I have another... No, we don't have a knight up here yet. The Princess. We have the Princess of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Yes. He's really grounded. He's really slow moving. This is really slow moving energy. He's a knight and he's coming in. This knight is coming in. He's bringing something in the physical world. He brings something with him. He brings an offer. He comes abundant. He's coming in, but it's so slow. That's also an energy of like a Taurus or a Capricorn or Virgo. All right, what's the next message, please? The Emperor. I think the Emperor... masculine energy, whether it's a man or woman, it might be a Taurus or Capricorn or Virgo. We have the Tower, and we have something going on here. I feel like this is the story of the king. And so we have this King of Wands. He's really this passionate. I really do. I feel like, but this also could be the queen. Somebody's the Emperor, and they want to come in, but they're coming in super freaking slow. And then there's going to be some kind of tower moment that helps correct the course of action. Some in divine intervention, perhaps. Or something substantial changes that will cause them to go in a different direction than where they're going right now, perhaps. Or it will, yeah, something's going to change abruptly for somebody. Something's going to happen. And then we have the Queen of Swords energy again. Maybe there's another queen that comes in. So is this really just this weekend? Like, could this possibly be a weekend reading? The Queen of Swords is coming in. And the Queen of Swords, if it's an actual Queen of Swords, because that's 2 Queen of Swords, but the other one is like representing a different energy. But that Queen of Swords is coming in strong. She's cutting some shit out. That's what it is. I don't think this is another person. I think it could be. But the sword energy is all, the Queen of Swords would be like an air sign. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Really intelligent queen, but she can be really cold. That Queen of Swords can be cold. All right. Somebody's cutting something out. Somebody's cutting something off. Those, okay. Oops. We have the Ace of Swords and the Six of Swords. And I want to show you these beautiful pictures. All of them. Have I not been showing you the pictures? I've been like kind of engrossed in these beautiful images because they're amazing. All right, so yeah, okay, so this Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I did show you this card. He's on a dragon, but it's like a slow moving dragon. And but there's a tower. There's the tower. And the tower comes crumbling down, so you have to rebuild, 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 start from scratch. And then we have this Queen of Wands energy here. And she is so pretty. And look at that. Look at all the butterflies around her. And she is able to... She's a manifester, man. This Queen of Energy, Queen of Swords energy is extremely good at creating things, good ideas. She's creating some really good ideas. And through some of these good ideas and yeah, being inspired by this abrupt change, this person is definitely feeling very creative, but this is going to be a mental thing. This could be writing, you know, this is like communication. This also can be just a communication that comes through in a very feminine way, whether or not it's a male or female, but it could be communication. But I do sense that there's a creation of ideas and thoughts going on. So this is either a person that's extremely creative, or it's not a person, it's like an energy of creating and being really prolific. But either way, we also have the Ace of Swords, and I want you to check out those beautiful swans. Holy mackerel. That's amazing. And swans are really beautiful. They symbolize love, but this is swords energy, so this is also a new idea and a new way of thinking about things. It is a communication, a very strong communication, or cutting something right out with that Queen of Swords energy. Or the Queen of Swords is really, really putting herself like out there in the communication, just like really just, there's a ton of, yeah. So this, but it's in a really soft way. It could be that this Emperor is coming in real slow. I mean, if this is a story, I mean, this could be so many things, and it is different things for different people. But I feel like there's some communications going on. And this Ace of Swords is right by the Ace of Wands. And to me, there's a lot of new beginnings going on here. New communications, new ideas, new projects, new passionate beginnings. But this Emperor is coming in effing slow. He's coming in slow, and there's going to be a tower moment. It could be male or female Emperor, but usually the Emperor is a man. I'm sensing male energy. I'm also sensing earth sign energy. and air sign energy. So someone might have those strong in their chart. And we have the Six of Swords. And interesting. This person's sleeping. This person's getting some rest, resting the mind. These images are really amazing to me. Like, they just really are. Look how she's sleeping on that swan. She's dreaming. She's sleeping and dreaming. She's up there in the sky. And she's resting and she's relaxing into life. And she's allowing things to unfold. And she's not, quieting the mind. Quieting the mind. So amongst some of this chaos, there's a calmness. There is a knowing, an inherent knowing that everything is okay. Riding the wave of chaos. For somebody, that means something, okay? This is coming out of my mouth. I don't even know. Yes. Do I want to pull any more cards? I'm having fun with this. This is like very creative for me. Very creative and fun. I have 3 different decks out right now. And I really want to pull more from the Dragon Tarot. So I would like some more cards just for fun. But what other messages need to come out? I don't feel like this is just a weekend reading. I really don't. I'm just kind of getting into it and having fun. I'm probably going to do a live stream, you know. A live stream when I go into town tomorrow to upload my videos. Because I can't upload any of my videos from my home. I have like half the amount of upload space I'm supposed to have. And we can't get to the bottom of it. I thought it was Mercury retrograde, but it's still not working, and Mercury's direct. All right. What other messages need to come through for the collective for this weekend? Or I think some of the messages will be for this weekend, but also to go along with this storyline that we've got going on here. What else is going on in the collective's world at this time? And we are pulling cards on the 7th. I bet you it's the 8th because, yeah, it's probably after midnight. On the Lionsgate. The Lionsgate. I already did a Lionsgate video, but this is like the extra extended one. All right. Are there any more messages for us through these cards? Okay. These are so good to shuffle. I feel good. I'll turn them this way. Come on now. Nah. All right now. Starting to think that we don't have any messages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a lot of cards. We have the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is an offering